A few of you were asking about this fragrance in my unboxing video, so I'm bringing you the tea. Hi guys, I'm Thiago, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you sort of a first impressions but also introduction to a house that's I've never heard anyone talking about them. They are based in Verona, they have a little boutique. I've actually visited the boutique about a year ago. I just discovered it by accident. I followed their account on TikTok before, but I was just strolling around Verona last year and I looked to my right and there was a very nice looking boutique of niche perfumes, and I thought, let's just go in. And then I discovered this line that's their own line of fragrances, and it's Les Folies du Parfum. And this one in specific is 2222, which I think is their door number of the boutique, if I remember correctly. And I mean, this box, the presentation itself is just something else. It's a very hard box and it opens up like so. It has a little card and the fragrance rests here with a feather. It comes with a feather. Not sure if it's like a branding thing, because you know, Les Folies, maybe. And here is sort of an introduction to the brand and to the line. I know they launched Extraits this year, maybe. I smelled them at Essence this year, the new Extraits, and they are very good. One of them I was, well, more than one. I was very impressed, to be honest. And this fragrance was a gift from them. They never asked me to do a video about it, but since you guys were curious, here I am. Because it's a very nice fragrance. Otherwise, you know, what's the point of accepting something you don't like? Unless you don't know how it smells, like it was the case with these other fragrances, but let's not talk about that. And yeah, this is Les Folies, number 22. And the bottle is, I mean, I think it's pretty classy, very old school looking, sort of alchemist bottle looking flacon here. And the cap is magnetic, which is always a nice touch, I think, and it's pretty heavy as well. And this one is pretty interesting, and I think the whole original line, these are Eau de Parfums, I think the whole original line was perfumed by Bertrand de Chafour. Yep, so here's the little guy that most of us love. He's done amazing stuff for Amouage, mainly Jubilation 25, of course, for L'Artisan Parfumeur. The list goes on and on. Naomi Goodsir, I mean, he's a great perfumer. And he likes to do very complex compositions, very perfumes that really jump off the skin, that have grandiose openings, that have very loud notes, but not necessarily obnoxious. And he likes to work with a lot of spices, a lot of resins, but has some sort of note that sticks out, that almost seems that doesn't belong there, but works brilliantly. Like, for example, the blackberry in Jubilation 25, along with, well, the honey does work usually with resins, but the blackberry sort of, where did that came from? In Naomi Goodsir Eau du Serret, there's a lot of fruits, like tropical fruits, mixed with tobacco and honey and hay and incense. So it's kind of weird. In Timbuktu from L'Artisan Parfumeur, there's that green mango contrasted against the vetiver and the incense. So there's always a note that sticks out, and he perfumed number 22 as well as the rest of the line, from what I see. So this is a line again from that boutique in Verona, which it's a very nice boutique. I smelled there the Vagabond Prince Enchanted Forest, which is very rare to come by, and they had it. I smelled it there for the first time, and I was very happy to try it. It was very interesting, like very tart and acidic and almost sardine-like. I know this sounds very strange. Green fragrance with a lot of black currant. Interesting stuff. But well, let's go along. My girlfriend loved one of these from this line. It was a blue one, sort of like solar vibes, almost like skin after the beach with a bit of sunscreen. She loves those kind of scents, and she loved that one. It's a blue one. I forgot the name. But this one, the number 22, was my favorite from this line. From the extraits, I do prefer a few of the others. There's an ambery one from the extraits that's just awesome. And number 22, let me spray it on the feather, actually. So the atomizer is pretty good as well. This is a very unique fragrance because it feels, and it's pretty big as well, as most of Bertin de Chafour fragrances usually are. It's a very unique fragrance that feels also kind of a mix of many things that I've smelled before personally. So it feels familiar and comforting and cozy in a way, at the same time very unique because it has a mix of notes that I've never smelled together before. So right off the bat, it's very minty, slightly medicinal. There's a bit of spice as well, but it's very minty, and there's also a lot of tuberose, like front and center from the start to the finish. It's, I would say, the main player, although the mint really jumps out. And they have actually the notes here and the little story that I won't pretend that I can read because it's in Italian and I would just make a fool of myself. But I can read the notes. They are also in Italian, but I can understand barely a few words in Italian. So in the top we have cardamom, bergamot, mint, and cedarwood, which is kind of odd to have cedarwood at the top, but well, I do get a lot of mint and for sure cardamom, which here it's in a bit of a soft, well, cardamom is a soft spice in general, I feel, but the mint really jumps out up front. It smells a bit medicinal and yeah, it's weird, but in a very attractive way. It's a classy scent actually. And in the heart we have bay leaf, gardenia, tuberosa, and caprifolio, which I'm not sure what it is. I would have to look it up. But definitely floral, and the tuberose, like I said, jumps out. Gardenia, maybe, yeah, sure. There's a bit of an old school touch, but it doesn't smell old school, okay? And in the base, I remember I've worn this on skin a couple of times already. I've had this for a couple of months, but I've only worn it, excuse me, in the first day that I got it, and a few days back I worn it again. So I have a pretty good idea on how it develops. In the base it gets a bit more powdery, slightly ambery, vanillic, and a hint of tobacco as well. So let's see the notes in the base: driftwood, musk, vanilla, and tobacco. So yeah, it's already starting to dry down a bit more vanillic, but it never goes truly, it never goes into a vanilla scent. It stays well put together, light, floral. There's that hint of tobacco. It's not the main player, and it's just a very attractive scent again. Feels cozy, feels comforting, feels familiar, because it's just a smell that in the whole smells familiar, but I've never smelled anything like it. Like from the atomizer, it's pretty medicinal, not a lot, not too much, but it's a bit medicinal up top. Minty and the tuberose, it's right there, and a bit vanillic. So it's actually sort of complex. It develops, so that's always interesting. It doesn't stay the same from the top to the very end of its lifetime. And yeah, very pleasant scent. And actually, I've had this on a chest of drawers right there, on top of it, and I'm in the living room, and this, I could smell it in the air even though the box was closed. So it does project a lot in my experience. Okay, this might be different for you, but it does project a lot on a not obnoxious way, if that makes sense. Because some fragrances like those, full of ambery woods and a lot of synthetic harsh metallic materials, those project a lot and those annoy me. That's not the case with this type of scent, because it becomes softer over time and develops over time to something more woody, slightly, ever so slightly salty, and vanillic and ambery and powdery. So it's a very pleasant evolution, just from the top with that minty tuberose, developing into a more vanillic, powdery, slightly tobacco. I would even say there's a touch of incense. Yeah, it's pretty interesting fragrance. The line as a whole, I think it's worth trying. I'm not saying just go out on a limb and buy everything. No, never. I always vouch for try as many things as you can. That's my spirit. At least that's what I like to do. I like to smell as many things as possible. And this line was a very pleasant surprise last year when I stumbled across their boutique. This year in 2024, I went to Ixens and they had a booth there, and they saw me. They contacted me and said, "Hey, just come on by. We'd like to just introduce you to our newest extraits and give you a gift. You don't have to talk about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't accept it. I never accept exchanges of products for videos. That's not what I do. If a brand or if someone wants to send me a gift, that's very much appreciated, and I'm very grateful indeed. But if someone asks me, hey, can you do a review? I'll send you a bottle in exchange. That won't happen. That will never happen. And the same goes for, we'll pay you X amount if you do a video for us, if you say this and that. Never happen. I've been contacted by brands, I will not disclose who because that would be pretty low, but a pretty big luxury house to be paid for a video, and I refused. I'm not about that. So it's always welcome gifts from brands, because I get to try new stuff and experience stuff that I wouldn't buy otherwise, or maybe I would if I came across the boutique, which I did, and I discovered them by accident, but I never got the chance to try them extensively, and now I have that chance. So it's awesome. Thank you very much to Les Folies du Parfum, and yeah, it's an awesome line, especially the new extraits. The new extraits are really good, and the eau de parfums as well. Very unique, worth a try, very underrated. I've never heard anyone talking about them, besides, of course, the people from the Verona boutique. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is a very enjoyable scent, as you might have understood by my reactions and my explanation of it. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for sticking around. I hope to see you in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys, see you in the next one.